From the deepest reaches of the interwebs are two guys here to reveal the secret sauce in helping you develop multiple streams of internet cash flow. Share the knowledge without all the hype. It's the Internet Income Show.
Oh, I like that.
Now get ready for two regular dudes helping you become a smarter entrepreneur, get more out of life, and set you on the right path to becoming happily unemployable. Your host, Dr. Mike and Eric Louviere.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another edition of the Internet Income Show. Hope you guys are doing well out there. We've got a lot of great feedback from the community, and it just seems like the word is spreading on these podcasts. I really appreciate you guys listening on this. This really is for you and to help you with your internet business. Eric will be joining us in just a few minutes, and I do want to first address the sadness that recently occurred, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but my beloved 49ers did not quite make the Super Bowl on there. So if you're listening to this, I have basically given up sports altogether. No. My prediction, though, is that Denver will win in a romp, and it's not that I'm bitter, but I'm predicting a 58-0 shellacking over the Seahawks. But Eric is actually predicting the Seahawks to win 24-21. So we'll see what happens. I told him we'd do some type of wager on that, but I don't think he is ready for that just yet. So I mentioned I attended the Traffic and Conversion Conference just a few weeks ago. Really enjoyed it. If you listen to the last podcast, we discussed the new buzzword now is conversion rate optimization, or helping people create funnels. You know, when you got started with internet marketing, it was all about creating a website that converts. It's not about websites anymore. It's about lead pages and lead capture pages and bringing them down a funnel. And there were people that were there from the Traffic and Conversion Conference who were giving free consultations on helping people with their funnels. And I had been creating funnels for years on there, but it really just really emphasizes that you have to take people on a sequence. It's not just good enough to create a website. When I work with business owners, so I have a marketing agency where I work with a lot of business owners, and they want to create a website to use as a brochure for their practice, and that certainly is amenable to your local practice. But if you're selling goods online, physical products, information products, particularly information products, you need to take them down a sequence, because people are not going to automatically just pay you $1,000 in your PayPal button. Wouldn't that be nice? They need to understand that you're going to be sending them something, and they need to know if you're the real deal, if you've got the goods. We're all skeptical when we get on the internet. And the way that you help them with conversions is you take people on a journey. You take people on a sequence where you introduce them to your products and services, but you do it in a way where they can know you, like, and trust you, and you gain trust. So if you want to, the other thing that I got out of the workshop is a lot of people were getting away from SEO, search engine optimization. I help businesses with SEO all the time, but it can be very, very, very difficult in terms of, like, you're really at the whim of Google and Yahoo on the search engine. So to get traffic, people are paying for traffic. So they'll buy an ad in Facebook or on LinkedIn, or they'll buy media. And if you know your numbers and you know your conversions and you create a funnel, it really comes down to how much is it going to cost you to acquire people, acquire traffic, acquire opt-ins, acquire leads. So if you know that you are spending, let's say, $100 a day on Facebook, but you take people, let's say you take 100 people that goes to your ad, and you're making $300 back in that day, well, how long are you gonna be doing that? You're going to do that every single day, right? And then you can go to other parts of traffic, so you can beat your competition because you're spending more than the others. So you're basically getting as much traffic you can, because there's so many places now you can buy traffic. You don't have to be completely reliant on affiliates. What's interesting, not a lot of people are talking about affiliate marketing these days, or joint ventures. They were talking about just going out there and buying more traffic, having you in control of your business. And if you create a sequence, if you create a funnel where you know what the end result is, that you're going to be generating money, well, you're going to be looking for as many cheap ways that you can get traffic. So the way that most funnels work is you're sending traffic, they're opting in for something such as a free report, free information guide, a free white paper. Do you know what the difference is between a white paper and a free guide is? Basically, it's just nomenclature. If you're in, let's say, the legal field, you're used to paying a white paper. It has a higher perceived value than you give a free report. Or if you're in the government agency, it's a higher perceived value if you call it a white paper on there. So you give some type of free report, free video, whatever that is. You capture the name and email this. That's the beginning of the funnel or the sequence. I like the word sequence, because a funnel designates that you're actually got a lot of people at the beginning and then you kind of winning them down. But a sequence it's almost like it's a flow chart. So if somebody buys and they don't buy, you can take them on a different sequence. So you go in, you give them a free report. The second thing that you do is you then give something where you're asking them for, hey, you like the information, but then right away you're going to be asking for some type of low-cost report. Now, this has been a change in what I do. I often send them to a higher-end funnel because I want to get buyers right away, and I want to get serious people right away. And I usually sell through using a webinar or some type of a way of that, so I generate higher income on there. But if you don't want to create a webinar or something like that, you can do a smaller price, and some range anywhere between $5 to $20 of something, where they have said yes. And just getting somebody to actually take out their credit card or pay via PayPal, that's a big thing. That really separates your buyers from your visitors. And so after you've purchased, after you've gotten the opt-in, you send them to a thank you page where you pay a $7 item. Now what you can do is then you can then upsell them to something higher. So the ones that I've tried to do a little bit higher, I'm in a little higher in markets. Usually I'm in markets that have a higher income. I'll charge something like $27, but then right away I'll upsell them to something like $97. I have some people who do $7 and go into $27. Now the goal of this is not so you can make as much money on the $7. The goal of the $7 is actually that defrays the cost of your advertising. So if you're spending $100 a day, you're hoping to get enough $7 buyers, let's say about 14 or 15 buyers a day of that $7 product, which defrays the cost. So anything else that you could upsell is just gravy. So that's the goal. And also helps you wean the buyers from the visitors or the looky-loos. Now, when you're creating something like a $7 thing, you need to have it where it answers one specific question. It has to be in line with what you're actually giving away. So, I've done funnels in internet marketing where I'm going to be teaching you some strategies that I've learned in internet marketing to develop your own business. And I had it where it was a product, a physical product, where it was a video that they could watch, and then if they wanted something a little bit more extensive, I created the video and some other things related to internet marketing, such as how to build your own online store, that I would sell for just $27. So a little bit more than what a $7 report is, but it has higher perceived value, because what I'm also doing is I'm getting the name and address and phone number, because I'm going to do this because I need to know where to ship it. So that's going to be a higher value, and then I can now, that actual opt-in is going to be much more, give me much more information, because now I have other ways to market them through phone, through direct mail, etc. And then I'll have a $97 one, which was a collection of interviews of other successful internet millionaires that I would sell. So that's actually more of a higher end type funnel. So don't feel that you're just obligated for the free report and the $7 item. And you hear a little bit later how Eric sets up his funnels as well. But the idea is that you don't just have them purchase $7 report, you upsell them. Now, some people create a lot of different upsells. They also create a lot of downsells on there. I have it so where usually at the end of the $100, they've ended a purchase. I usually don't go higher than that. I know some people who go up to $500. I know some people go up to $2,000 or $2,500, all in that same sequence. For me personally, I think if somebody's opting in for $100, it's you don't want to go farther than that. It's kind of analogous to going on a date. You're not going to go out there and marry them right away. You're going to kind of test it. You're going to get a little, not even a kiss. You're going to just a hug or something non-threatening at the beginning. You don't want to ask for the moon at the beginning. But again, I know some marketers who actually do that. They'll sell like a $2,000 software product at the end of it. I like to think 3 to 4 upsells at the most. I know a lot of people who go more than that, and then they'll do downsells. So if it's too high, they'll say, okay, we'll break that up for you. I do that, for example, if I'm doing a live event and I'm selling, usually I sell like $1,000 or $1,500 a seat, I'll do a downsell, or I'll break up the monthly payments to make it a little bit more manageable. So that is the example of a funnel. The other thing that was also highlighted was that you need to, you need to be cognizant of the people who don't purchase from you right away. That's why I always collect their name and email address first, because even if they don't buy, they opt out of it, I can still market to them as well, or they can opt out. Now, we're going to go to Eric right now, and we're going to listen to what he says about creating funnels in his businesses.
So Eric, as you know, I went to this conference, and there's a lot of information about creating funnels. And I think the buzzword now is what's called being a conversion rate optimization specialist, or a CRO specialist. And we spent a lot of time talking about creating funnels. And I know you've had a lot of experience with creating funnels in your own businesses and your own practices. You want to talk about how you successfully use funnels in your internet business?
So I guess it goes back to the very beginning when I first started making money online. I was making money by basically having a very small sales funnel, which was pretty much just consisted of a squeeze page that passed people on to a ClickBank offer. And that started my sales funnel journey. And since then, it's evolved into, a lot more dynamic of a sales funnel, or sales funnels that have a lot of moving parts. So it's squeeze page to a one-time offer. So I'll have a squeeze page, and this is kind of my traditional sales funnel, and it takes on a lot of different variations, but this is the traditional format, is just bringing people into a squeeze page where I give something valuable away for free, and they enter their name and email address to opt in to get the valuable product, like a report or something. And then when they opt in, I hit them with a one-time offer right away. So as soon as they enter their name and email and they hit submit, the next thing they see is a page, and that page says, thank you so much for opting in. Your free report will be sent to you in the next 15 minutes or so. But while you're here, I have a very, very special deal that I'm running, And I give them a reason why I'm running this deal. We call it reason why in marketing. You know, us marketers, what we have a reason why we're selling something so cheap, or a reason why we're selling something, or a reason why we're giving something away for free. So as soon as they enter their name and email, and they hit submit on the squeeze page, and then they get that little disclaimer that says, this is a very special one-time offer. And then usually I have some kind of reason why, like I'm running a celebration offer, or we're doing a special marketing test right now. And because we're doing this marketing test, we're going to give you this entire course, which is usually $297, but you're going to get it right now for a ridiculous, crazy deal of just $7 or $9 or $12, whatever, the tested price ends up being. And it's super low cost. The reason I like to do it low cost on the front end is because I want to break even on my traffic. So if I'm buying traffic and I go out and spend $100 today in traffic, and I send that traffic to my squeeze page and they enter their name and email, they hit submit to get the free report, and they get hit with a one-time offer, it's $9. I want that one-time offer, that $9 product, to break even for me. So that way, if I spend $100 today, I made $100 or around $100. And that makes my list free. So that means I'm building a list for free every single day of the targeted demographic. And now, from there, this is where the upsell really becomes math. It's all about math. And so from there, we have upsells. So if they buy that $9 product, then guess what they see next? There's another one-time offer that says, hey, thank you so much for buying that $9 product. Great job. You're a cool person. I like you so much. Thank you for taking action. You're obviously serious and a mover and shaker, and you're serious about, whatever it is, losing weight, getting dates, whatever niche you're done. I can see you're serious about that, and because of that, we're going to go ahead and reward you for being an action taker, and we're going to give you another tremendous opportunity here. Now, you're not going to get this anywhere else. This is as low as we can go, and it's another reason why. And then we give them another deal, but it's more expensive. So it's, $47 or $35 or even as high as $97, depending on the niche. Right there is the first upsell. If they get hit with a $9 offer, for example, then they get hit with a $47 offer or $49 offer. And then from there, it's a series of upsells and downsells. So a downsell would be, they click, no thank you, and they move on in the process. And then if they hit no thank you, the link, they don't want to buy the $47 product, and they say, oh, well, maybe $47 is a little too much for you right now. So let me go ahead and take away one of the bonuses, and we'll remove the cheat sheets, and they'll get it all for just $19.95. How's that? Is that a lot better for you? No, it's really a steal deal. And then it just gives you, another chance to sell them the same kind of offer with a lower price. And it's just amazing how many people end up taking that downsell. And then you hit them with another offer, and this is where people become predictably irrational, is you can upsell them from a downsell to an expensive offer, and for whatever freaking reason, people take it. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. So you can hit them with a $400 offer, a $300, or a $1,000 offer right after that, and, I try to shoot for 1%. So to kind of wrap this up with a nice pretty bow, basically, the whole sales funnel is math. Math is the universal law of the universe as far as, math doesn't lie, And so if you can, money is just math. That's all it is. Money is just digits. It's just math. And so I have the numbers down, at least as far as what my goals are on each step of the way. So my squeeze page, here are the numbers. I want it to convert at 35% or higher. I don't want my squeeze page to convert below 35%. Either means my traffic sucks or my copywriting sucks or something's wrong. So then squeeze page 35% or higher. And then if they opt in, then they hit that one-time offer that's $9 or $12, whatever it is. I want that to convert at 10% minimum. I've seen it sky high too. So you have some really good offer there that matches the list and done in a really good manner. I mean, that thing can convert at 28%. It's just crazy. So right there, break even, and then the upsells from there are 10% too. So if I upsell them to $47, I want that to convert at 10%. The one product I don't expect to convert at 1% is high-ticket stuff on the back end. So if I'm selling something for $1,000, I don't expect that to convert at 10%. I'll take 1% all day long and twice on Sunday, because even at 1%, I'll make a fortune. So that I just talked about, that little sales funnel, has made me millions of dollars. And not only me, but several other friends and colleagues and even students of mine. So it works. It's just math, and it's just a matter of traffic and conversions, period. We've done it in different niches, and it's really just been tremendous. If you add in some continuity there where they pay monthly, I mean, it can really compound and make a lot of money. So it's a fun business, and it's pretty much the main thing I do. So sales funnels is everything to me.
Are there any resources that you use to help track your conversions and tracking your funnels?
Yes, we use Visual Optimizer. That's a really great program. It costs money, but it's really great. It allows you to split test and test everything. And what's really cool about it, especially if you're not real techie like me, is that program allows you to log in. Like, you log into the program and you pull up your sales letter, for example, and you can edit your sales letter inside that program, that testing program, which is pretty phenomenal. And even though I'm not techie and, I have people that handle a lot of this stuff for me, the data, again, it's just math. The data is priceless. What I want is I want the data handed to me so I can just look at it and say, okay, that thing's not converting. You know what I mean? And so that's what I do. And another one we've used is Optimizely, which I'm not really familiar with that, but one of my partners uses that a lot. And, so those are the two. And then, of course, Google Analytics.
And what I like about funnels is that, you really can outdistance your competition because, like what you're saying, is you're just hoping to break even with that $7 product. And it seems like you spend as much time trying to convert on that $7 product that you would on your $297 product. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. I mean, it's breaking even on the front end is magical because it allows, like, a lot of marketers, one of the big barriers is paid traffic. So, which is kind of one of those things where I'm like, it's a real big separator. A lot of people that want to make money in this business, they'll go, drop some money in Google AdWords or Bing or something or Facebook, and then they'll kind of lose their shirt, and then they're like done, right? And then they go, they go do something else. But if you take the logic that you have a sales funnel like that and you just want to break even on the front end, then it allows you to spend $2 or $3 or $5 a click because you're going to make the money in the back end. If not instantly today, at least by the end of the week, you'll turn a profit on the money you spend on traffic. Well, that's the great separator because most people, especially newbies, just getting started. I mean, they don't have a full sales funnel. They're just sending traffic to a squeeze page or to a squeeze page that has one product that's $7 or $9, and they're hoping to turn a profit right then and there. And, it's an incredible disadvantage to them. It's an incredible advantage to me to be able to have a sales funnel and drive traffic through it because I could spend a lot on traffic, not only like a lot of budget, $100,000 a day, but I could spend a lot per click or per campaign, or per email drop. And really, because it's just math. So it's like going to Las Vegas and I'm the house, I'm the casino. I'm putting the odds in my favor. The chances are if you come to my casino, I'm going to win, right? And so it's kind of like that.
Right. So when they actually go through your upsell, they're not completing the purchase, right, on that $7 product. You're actually sending them to another page so they can add it on, right?
Right, yeah.
So then at the end, because you don't want to just, have them purchase and then purchase again. And then, people get lazy and they don't want to do that again anyway. So that first step of actually purchasing it, that's a very, very key point and what you're doing. And the great thing about this, too, it works for all markets, right? I mean, it's all about gaining trust, that one purchase, that even as low as $7, people are saying, I don't want to price my products at that. But it's more than the actual cost of the product. It's them trusting you with your credit card and your credit card information that you're gonna deliver or whatever you're saying that you're going to be promising, correct?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's psychological too. Once someone makes a commitment in their mind to buy something, even if it's cheap, the wallet's open, the credit card's out, they're free. And then they're getting the spending mode, because people buy on emotions. When they go to buy something, they feel good right then and there, like, ooh, I feel good, I'm excited about buying this. And then they're all of a sudden in that emotion. They're in that state of mind, right? The buying state of mind. They're excited. We've all been there, We've all been there where we feel really good buying something. And then, especially if it's cheap, then it's really easy to add on to it, right? So, like, if I was to sell somebody a $2,500, flat screen television, and then right after that say, hey, would you like this $2,500 laptop to throw onto that? I mean, the chances are slim I'm going to get it sell. But if it's like, hey, you want to buy these speaker wires, this will make your sound system and your movies just awesome, and then they're looking at that, and you upsell from there, and they walk out of your store with speaker wires and surround sound and a freaking flat screen LED television, That's kind of the way it goes. So, yeah, you're right.
It works well with traditional businesses as well as internet businesses as well.
Yep.
You want size with that. It's a typical thing. And the thing, too, though, it has to make sense. And we'll explore that in future podcasts. But, it has to be something that's congruent to what they're actually purchasing when you're deciding on products, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, that's why some of the sales funnels just, they're just like cha-ching, 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 right? And in others, it kind of takes a lot of maneuvering and tweaking to get that thing to convert well. But, some of them just, like, sing. They sing, and it's just a well-oiled machine. And when I, analyze those, and I'm like, why is this sales funnel kicking ass, right? I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, wait, we're not supposed to say bad words, but, I look at the sales funnel, like, why is this doing so well? And it's like, well, it's because it's, like you said, it's congruent. It matches really well. One offer hands off to the next offer to the next offer. It's really smooth transition, It's where a lot of people that try to create sales funnels are like, their first offer is, how to cure diabetes, and their next offer is like, how to change your oil in a car. It doesn't match, It's got to match. That one's got to hand off to the next, so it's all, has this, what is the word you use? The big doctor word? Oh, I can't remember. Congruency, yeah.
Yeah, I learned that in medical school. Great.
Okay, so we heard from Eric there, and so you got two different perspectives on funnels. We're going to be covering this later in a future podcast. It really is something, and again, the reason why I like it is because you can see, what products that people are purchasing and what aren't. I would advise you, one resource I want to share with you guys is lead pages, which is a great way that you can create exactly what it says, lead generation pages on the fly on there. And we'll leave a link on the Internet Income Show where you can go ahead and purchase it if you like. We do get an affiliate commission, of course, that helps keep the lights on and everything, and allows us the impetus to keep doing these things because we enjoy doing this. So thanks, guys, for joining us. Have a great time if you're watching the Super Bowl. If you're working hard, go ahead and take a break with your family and friends. Have a great time. We'll see you guys next week on the Internet Income Show.
You just listened to the Internet Income Show with Dr. Mike and Eric. Now, get to work.